Wouldn't hurt a fly. This guy is still a baby. Just look how beautiful. This man could tear my finger off. Wound is now completely healed up. Okay, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. We want them to cut all this grass. Now this little beaver boy is gonna live in here. Come on, little Sigma. But all right, everybody, today is the big day. We are finally moving this big chunky beaver boy out to the pond where he is going to live until he's ready to be released or move to another rehab. But he still makes little baby noises, and we still have another 1.5 years with him because he is still very much a baby beaver. Just because he's not on the bottle anymore, it doesn't mean that he's ready to just go back to the wild. Just like that other beaver that we had, even though that other beaver was almost full grown, we still had to hold on to him for another like 3 or 4 months before he could go back to the wild. But look how precious this baby boy is. As you guys can see, we went ahead and fenced in this whole area here, and Beaver is now officially too big to go through the holes in this fencing. Also, Lamar from Prairie Creek Ponds came out and fixed this pond, so now I think the jets are working again. Oh no, they're not. Now this little beaver boy is gonna live in here for the next while, and these jets are not working, so we need to have Prairie Creek Ponds come back out and help us fix it. Greg Woodstock, the pond guy, please come back out here and help us. But all right, everybody, now this little guy is going to be living out here where he has plenty of shade all year and all day. Bonzo Beans is in his molting coat. This is his summer coat. He's starting to look like the females now. This is how he looked when we found him, but now this little guy is going to be good friends with them. We do still have a couple tilapia in here, but for some reason, I don't know where the other ones went. Oh, just kidding. We have 3 tilapia still. Okay. Maybe they're all just hiding, but I went ahead and moved this up so it can refill everything. But now we're going to go ahead and let Bevo hang out here, and I'm gonna have to fence in these trees so he doesn't chew on them. And Boo Boo's all cringe and skittish now, because it's been a while since I've interacted with him. Hey buddy, this is my dog Boo Boo. But the baby's chilling back here. We have tons of quail in here, and the quail have infinite coverage to hide in. And we still have our vultures, and they're ready to be released now. So in this video or the next, we're releasing all of our raccoons, those 2 vultures, and you little boy should be over here. Goodbye. But just for now, I wanted to show you guys, this is Beaver's new setup. Beaverton will now have this whole pond all to himself, and this tree that fell over and rerouted will provide constant shade for him year round. And he has these ducks as enrichment. This is a much better setup than any of his previous setup, and it's also a much better setup than any other beaver rehabber that I know would give him. And I think he'll be very happy in here for the next while, or at least until we can get another beaver to pair with him. And while some of you guys may be thinking, Uncle Ben, isn't it dangerous to have him right here next to the dogs? Oh, clearly these little precious guys wouldn't hurt a fly, especially a precious little beaver. Hoggers and Queen have grown up around all kinds of little creatures, so as long as they know that I love the animal, they're never gonna hurt it. But this beaver's too dang slow to trigger their predator response, even if he does dig into here, which I just don't think will happen. So I think he's gonna be very happy in here for the next couple months. And we even have some willow growing over here. So we have all kinds of fresh, natural things for him to eat here as well, so we don't have to feed him every day. But this is food for him. All of this is food for him. This is food for him, but we need to fence it off. And all of this is food for him too. But I'm gonna go ahead and buy some hardware cloth to wrap around these trees so he doesn't chew them to death. But yeah, we had to move Bevo out of there because he was chewing on all of this, you guys, and we don't need him chewing on all the wood. But all right, everybody, this is my dog Boo Boo. We're gonna go ahead and move him over there with the other coyote in a minute. But I just fed him. We're gonna have to keep a close eye on him after we move him in there because we want to make sure that they don't fight. But it's also gonna be huge for this little guy to have a friend. All right, everybody, he ate most of his little pompano. The time has come to move him over to the larger bathroom. He needs a place to swim while he's getting fat. I think he'll be a lot more comfortable over there. Hey, buddy. This guy could tear my legs up if he wanted to. He could really, really hurt me, but I'm gonna go ahead and take this pompano head, put it in there with him. I'm just gonna put it right there, and then we'll close him in there. Perfect. Okay, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. All right, everybody, we're gonna go ahead and let this guy in here. Okay, buddy. This is where you're gonna live. At least a little bit. Don't bite my leg. Here is the head of a pompano. There you go. Don't go back in there, please. You see how he's skinny, you guys? His little hip bones are showing. Oh, he's already comfy over there on the tile. Otterton out. All right, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this out real quick. Look how fat Boo Boo is, you guys. I fed him twice by accident. Come on, Boo Boo. Go in there. No, Boo Boo. Boo Boo, he's just a little baby coyote. His wound is now completely healed up almost, so I think he's about ready to go in there. All right, everybody, this is my fake dog Boo Boo, and this is my real dog Boo Boo. And in order to introduce them, I'm sure they're gonna be good friends, but in order to introduce them, I'm gonna leave this guy in his little kennel here. He just ate a ton of food, so we don't need to feed him for the rest of the day. Look how fat he is. But I am gonna make sure he has plenty of water. And for the next 12 hours or so, I'm gonna let these guys interact from the other side of this kennel. And then I'm gonna come out here and open this up. They're already definitely used to each other's smell because they've been living right across this little yard. But I don't want this little guy to get dehydrated, so we're gonna go ahead and leave him alone. And he's gonna have to come over here for water right next to this Boo Boo. We have them in here because we want them to cut all this grass. But we just ordered a little plug for this thing, so we're gonna fill this up and have that little pool there. These guys have plenty of fresh water and shade every day. Plus they can eat all of this. But all right, everybody, because these raccoons are a little too friendly and we've had them for forever now, the reason why they're like this is because somebody gave them to us when they raised them in their home illegally. And all 5 of them are a little bit too friendly. A little harder to catch them. Oh, be careful, Ian. Ian has his rabies shots, but he's not wearing gloves. Good thing he signed the waiver. Oh, we're being irresponsible today. Okay, little Sigma. Ah, dang it. Come on, little Sigma. Hush, little Sigma, don't you cry. Daddy's gonna catch you and kill you. Okay, now the hard part's gonna be getting him in there when there's like 5 other ones. Wait. Oh, hit 1, 2, 3. Wait. Open it. Oh, we're going. Yay, okay. For some reason, they all pooped in this spot exclusively. But all right, everybody, this is the new property that I told you all about in another video. We've been working real hard out here. Matt helped us get a little pond dug, and it's actually still full of water. We dug down to the water table. Some of the grass grew back here. We still have a lot of dirt here. And we're gonna use all this dirt to bury a shipping container, so we'll have a cave in the middle here that stays nice and cool all year. But these ponds have already dried up, as you can see. We're gonna put liner here, and this is where we're gonna farm crocodiles and alligators. We can do that legally here. And all of this is in a floodplain, so we can't legally build on it. And if we do build on it, we can't insure it. But we fenced in the whole property, and this is where we're gonna rehabilitate our deer. The air conditioning ruined the audio, but for the time being, this is the perfect place to do soft releases because there's a creek right next door. And obviously there's still a lot of work to do. We're gonna put some flight pens in here for more of the raptors. We need to put some rocks on that tube over there, but this is staying nice and full of water, surprisingly, even though it's really hot and dry here, so this should stay nice and wet, and when it does dry up they can go over there to the creek. But oh my goodness, and this is the perfect place to take little animals that are a little too friendly, that need a soft release, because we're surrounded by nothing in every direction. We're completely out of the city here, but we're also very close to the other property. And yes, you guys, I still have my successful worm farm. How's about y'all go in the comments and say, wow, Uncle Ben, that sure is a nice worm farm. You sure are the king of worm farms, Uncle Ben. But all right, everybody, this is 100 pounds of dog food. These guys are gonna be fine. It's not gonna rain here for another week or 2. And here they go. This is our soft release. And like I said, this is the perfect situation for little guys that are a little too friendly, because we are out in the middle of nowhere. There's nobody that lives anywhere around here. We have a huge creek over there. We got all kinds of frogs and things in here. Infinite food and water. By the time all of this food is done, these guys will be more than ready to go back to the wild. And as you can see, they've already found the water. And some will be a little bit more equipped to go back to the wild than others, as you can see. But this one will always be able to come back here. Goodbye, precious little creatures. And oh, look, they're already climbing the tree. And we're already putting this cheap property that I got to good use. Just look at this sleepy little boy. Apparently all these guys do is just sleep all day because they're nocturnal. So tonight he's gonna get up and I'm gonna put a little ladder in there so he can climb into the tub. Good night, my little angel. But all right, everybody, I just put fencing around those 2 trees. And now I'm gonna go ahead and fence these 2 trees in. And the memorial big ounce tree that died is actually resprouting. That's a young live oak. But I am gonna let Beaver have that to eat, because I think big ounce would want that. And this guy is still a baby because you can still hear him making his cute little baby noises. Precious little Bevo. Put this bed in here and he just got so eepy. Bye, everybody. This is him looking at a mirror for the first time. I don't know if they're intelligent enough to know that they have a reflection, but that is him looking at his little reflection. Such an incredible little creature, you guys. But obviously, because he's so emaciated, he's having trouble walking. But he is, in fact, walking around. But all right, everybody, this is the setup. As you can see, he's got towels covered covering the whole floor. 2 comfy beds that he can climb up into the water and out of with. Both of these are water resistant. I just need to kind of herd him back in there. But I'll probably let him have this little ball. This little creature just sniffed my feet and then kept on walking. It looks like he likes this ball, so I'm gonna give this to him. Let's see if he can figure out how to get up in there. Man started playing with the ball and then he fell asleep. Oh my goodness. Look at this EP little otter. This man could tear my finger off if he wanted to.
Hey, and I'm gonna bite your finger off if you don't like this video.
But he do be drinking. But it's clear that this little fella is having trouble walking. Okay, I don't feel crazy comfortable with this little guy worming around me like this. But it's clear that he's just trying to dry himself off. Look at that. Why is he doing this? Bro just scratched himself for like 5 minutes and then fell asleep. Oh no, here we go. This is it, you guys. This is the end. Oh, thank goodness. But look how skinny he is, you guys. You can tell he's very emaciated still. Probably gonna be a couple weeks before he can go. Oh, this little guy just loves stimming. He's stimming, and now he's asleep again. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and let this guy go to bed. All right, everybody. No more herons on my porch. I am sick of this. This species has actually made more rehabbers half blind than any other that I know of. These guys are not safe to mess around with. That's why rehabbers have to be careful, especially when they're tiny. I'm gonna go ahead and put them all in here together. There they go. And just like we did for the raccoons, I'm gonna go ahead and put a bunch of minnows in here for these guys to hunt. But just look how beautiful and interesting these little green herons turned out to be. And they call them green herons because of the green plumage that they have and the green face. I'm gonna go ahead and put this little guy down here as well, and they can all hang out together over there. And we had to separate them before because they were pecking each other's eyes out. Now they're finally getting along. And whoa, that's it for now, you guys. I love you, I appreciate you. Most of these animals are back in the wild now, but I love you guys, I appreciate you, and I wanted to put all this stuff together in order so you guys could enjoy this content in the order that it happened. But don't forget to smack that like button or else I'll touch you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, almost forgot to tell you. And here's your scripture of the day, because I love you guys.